Watch what you hear. Radio Gone TV. Sun FM TV would like to welcome the following towns to Top Star Channel 91. Ndola, Kitwe, Luanshya, Mufulira, Kalulushi, Chingola, Chililabombwe, Kapiriamposhi, Kabwe, Lusaka, Kafue, Choma, Mazabuka, Livingston, Chipata, Chinsali, Kasama, Mansa, Solwezi, and Mongu. Feel free to interact with us and let us know where you are watching from. Only on your Top Star Decoders Channel 91, Sun FM TV. Radio Gone Rogue. Radio Gone TV.
A new dawn is upon us, with great opportunities and a new hope for our future. Have you considered advertising your business on Sun FM TV with our surprisingly affordable rates? When you advertise on Sun FM TV, you'll also get free equivalent radio advertising spots or shoutouts on Sun FM Radio. For more details, call us on +260 961 205 967 or +260 212 615 341. Email marketing@sunfmzambia.net. It's a new dawn of new affordable advertising packages on Zambia's first and finest visual radio, reaching over 5 million people across the whole country. If you're not advertising on Sun FM TV, then you're probably not being heard or seen. Come on board and advertise with us. Everyone's not only listening, everyone is watching.
Zambia! ABSA Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia's biggest and most anticipated marathon. Join us on the 6th of September 2025 for a day of fun, personal milestones, and unforgettable memories. And now with the World Athletics label, you don't want to miss a chance to write your fitness story. Register today at absamarathonzambia.co.zm. Get your slot at 600 kwacha or 500 kwacha when you pay using any of your ABSA cards. Your story matters. ABSA.
For in-depth news coverage from across Zambia, local and national news, business, politics, and sports, this is the Sun FM News, brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
The news.
Hello and welcome to the news on Sun FM TV. Let's take a look at the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has raised alarm over the growing sophistication of scammers across the country, exploiting mobile money services by defrauding unsuspecting members of the public. Vice President Mutadana Lumango has urged members of the Zambia Army to embrace self-love and inner peace as the foundation for genuine patriotism and national unity. The Zambian government has moved to reassure residents of the Copperbelt province that their drinking water remains safe following recent public concerns over possible contamination. The Chipolopolo returned to action this evening with a tricky encounter against Angola in a Group A fixture of the Total Energies CAF African Nations Championship. Details come shortly.
The news, 88.5 Sun FM.
With the news in details, I'm Gertrude Mwansa. President Hakainde Hichilema has raised alarm over the growing sophistication of scammers across the country, exploiting mobile money services by defrauding unsuspecting members of the public. President Hichilema has since announced that government is stepping up deliberate measures in collaboration with relevant stakeholders to curb the abuse and safeguard the digital space. The head of state said his government is particularly concerned about the escalation of cyber crimes and bullying, especially targeting women and girls. President Hichilema has since urged Zambians to use the digital space responsibly. He said this in a speech read on his behalf by Minister of Agriculture Mutolo Piri at the Okusefya Pangwena traditional ceremony.
We are concerned on the escalation and sophistication of scammers using mobile money service. We are therefore reinforcing measures to combat this abuse in consultation with the relevant stakeholders and creating a safe digital space. Further, our government has created a conducive environment for our people to freely interact and participate in social and national events regardless of their persuasions. We have witnessed
Vice President Mutale Nalumango has urged members of the Zambia Army to embrace self-love and inner peace as the foundation for genuine patriotism and national unity. Mrs. Nalumango delivered a stirring address that emphasized the personal nature of patriotism and the role of individual well-being in building a peaceful and united nation. The Vice President stressed that patriotism must begin with self-respect and personal affirmation, noting that only through inner peace can citizens contribute meaningfully to national harmony. She reminded attendees that a nation is a reflection of its people and that each individual plays a pivotal role in shaping Zambia's destiny. Mrs. Nalumango concluded her remarks by calling for a collective journey from inner peace to national unity and from self-love to shared purpose. The event brought together members of the Zambia Army and their families in celebration of service, solidarity, and the pursuit of peace. The Zambian government has moved to reassure residents of the Copperbelt province that their drinking water remains safe following recent public concerns over possible contamination. During a fact-finding mission in Kitwe, Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana emphasized that the water supply is fit for consumption. He was joined by Nkana Water and Sewerage Company Managing Director Dr. Stephen Mwale, Copperbelt Provincial Health Specialist Dr. Christopher Dube, officials from Kitwe City Council and other key stakeholders. In a symbolic gesture of confidence, members of the delegation publicly drank tap water during the visit. The team inspected several water treatment facilities across the province to assess operations and ensure compliance with safety standards. Mr. Kawana commended the efforts of local authorities and utility providers in maintaining high water quality. Meanwhile, Nkana Water and Sewerage Company Managing Director Dr. Stephen Mwale confirmed that all water supplied by Nkana Water meets regulatory safety standards. He noted that the pH levels are rationally monitored and adjusted when necessary, citing that portable laboratories are used for on-site testing to ensure rapid response, while rigorous treatment processes are in place to ensure water safety. He also clarified that areas such as Kalulushi and Chambishi were not affected by recent contamination concerns and continue to provide reliable water sources. Dr. Dube highlighted the strong collaboration between the Ministry of Health, Nkana Water, and private sector partners in improving water quality monitoring across this. The government reiterated its commitment to safeguarding public health through strict oversight and proactive measures in water supply management. The Bank of Zambia has renewed its Memorandum of Understanding with Kansanshi Mining PLC, extending a strategic partnership that enables the central bank to purchase refined gold directly from the mining company. The refined 3-year agreement builds on the initial MOU signed in 2021, which both parties have held as a progressive step towards strengthening Zambia's gold reserves. Speaking at the signing ceremony in Solwezi, BO's Governor Dr. Danny Kalyalia revealed that the central bank currently holds 2.8 metric tons of gold valued at approximately $300 million. The gold was acquired through the ongoing partnership with Kansanshi Mining PLC. He also announced plans to expand the bank's domestic gold purchasing program to include artisanal and small-scale miners across the country, aiming to broaden participation in the formal gold market and enhance national reserves. Kansanshi Mining PLC General Manager Marin Berger described the renewed agreement as a deepening of the strategic relationship between the mining company and the central bank. The MOU reflects a shared commitment to Zambia's economic development. The partnership is part of Zambia's broader efforts to strengthen its financial stability by increasing gold holdings as a reserve asset. In more news, Konkola Copper Mines KCM has officially launched an ambitious $8.1 million road rehabilitation project aimed at upgrading township roads in Chililabombwe, Chengola and Shibuyunji, marking a major step forward in regional infrastructure development. The groundbreaking ceremony took place at Konkola Trust Secondary School with Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Charles Milupi, serving as guest of honor. The event was attended by Chililabombwe Member of Parliament Paul Kabuswe, Mayor Lacson Sichone. The event was attended by Chililabombwe Member of Parliament Paul Kabuswe, Mayor Lucky Sichone and his council officials, KCM executives and community members. The project is designed to improve transport networks, enhance accessibility and stimulate local economic growth by facilitating smoother movement of goods and services across 3 districts. The minister reiterated that the initiative is more than just road repairs. It's a strategic investment in the region's economic future, stating that well-developed road infrastructure is essential for economic growth, social development, and improving the quality of life for citizens. KCM executives emphasized on the campaign's commitment to supporting community development through sustainable infrastructure projects. The road rehabilitation effort is expected to create jobs, support local contractors, and contribute to long-term improvements in public service delivery. The Chilanga constituency has received a major development boost with the launch of a 30-ton tipper truck and handover of 400 bunker-bed mattresses to Mwembeshi Boarding Secondary School, marking significant trends in infrastructure and education support. The Chilanga Town Council unveiled the new tipper truck procured at a cost of 2,480,000 kwacha to enhance road rehabilitation, waste management and infrastructure development across the district. The truck is expected to create employment opportunities for local contractors and entrepreneurs. Meanwhile, 400 mattresses valued at 462,300 kwacha were handed over to Mwembeshi Boarding Secondary School to improve the living conditions of pupils. The donation is part of the government's continued investment in education and youth welfare. The projects are funded through the Constituency Development Fund CDF, which has seen an increase from 1.6 million kwacha in 2021 to 36.1 million kwacha in 2025. This extended allocation has enabled the completion of 4 major projects this year, including the tipper truck, and mattress distribution, alongside ongoing support for initiatives in education, health, transport, roads, and water. Lusaka Province Minister Sheo Muliata praised the developments, stating that this is a clear demonstration that government means business when it comes to delivering development that speaks to the real needs of the people. Area Member of Parliament Sivo Laza echoed the sentiment, describing the investment as a sustainable contribution to the community's future. The CDF program continues to support empowerment grants and loans aimed at promoting economic growth and improving livelihoods in Chilanga. In other news, Action Aid Zambia has urged farmers in Nalolo district in Western Province to preserve some harvested maize for domestic consumption at household level, especially that the district was among those that were badly hit by the drought in the last farming season. Action Aid Zambia Climate Justice and Humanitarian Inspiratory James Sebete said this during a one-day training session on capacity support for satellite disaster management committees and community welfare assistant committees in integrated risk tracking, reporting, and needs assessment. Mr. Sevete said that the aim of the training is to build capacity on committees, which is mandated by the Disaster Management Act number 13 of 2010, to participate in community-level risk analysis and act as information and reporting channels with regards to disaster management issues. Mr. Sebete also said CWACS plays an aiding role of ensuring that the targeting process of beneficiaries' households prior to any humanitarian response and identification of vulnerable communities are registered accurately. Police in Nakonde have arrested a 23-year-old man for being in possession of counterfeit currency amounting to 20,000 kwacha. The incident happened on 8th August 2025 around 1640 hours in Katozi village, Chief Mwautweka, and was reported to Nakonde police post at 1720 hours by 24-year-old businessman Nelson Manda of the same village. Mr. Manda, who operates a mobile money booth at Katozi Market, told police that the suspect, identified as Longford Simutowe, approached him to deposit 20,000 kwacha in cash. Upon receiving the money, Mr. Manda noticed that the 100, 200 notes appeared suspicious. After closer inspection, he confirmed they were counterfeit and approached the suspect before taking him to the police. Acting on the report, officers seized the fake notes. Acting on the report, officers seized the fake notes which bore serial numbers. Acting on the report, officers seized the fake notes. During interrogation, Simuto revealed that he obtained the counterfeit money from a foreign national of unknown residence, whom he claims he can identify if seen. Mochinga Police Commanding Officer Dennis Mola confirmed the incident to Sun Television News today, adding that a docket has been opened and the suspect will be charged accordingly. We take a short break.
The Zambia ABSA Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia's biggest and most anticipated marathon. Join us on the 6th of September 2025 for a day of fun, personal milestones, and unforgettable memories. And now with the World Athletics label, you don't want to miss a chance to write your fitness story. Register today at absamarathonzambia.co.zm. Get your slot at 600 kwacha or 500 kwacha when you pay using any of your ABSA cards. Your story matters. ABSA.
The Chipolopolo returned to action this evening with a tricky encounter against Angola in a Group A fixture of the Total Energies CAF African Nations Championship. Zambia will look to put behind their opening day defeat at the hands of DR Congo when they take on the Palakas at the Nyeyo National Stadium. Avram Grant and his technical bench have been hard at work ahead of the Angola clash, with skipper Kawaso Chongo rallying his troops. Zambia need a win to put their campaign back on track, which has been the mantra in the Chipolopolo camp. The Chipolopolo meet an Angola side equally desperate for a win after losing and drawing in their first two games. Having shaken off the first game nerves, the preference over the likes of Kelvin Kampamba, Elvis Kayombo, Wilson Chisala and Benedict Chipesha should be able to earn the Chipolopolo a good result. Kenya lead Group A on 4 points, while Morocco leads second on 3 points, with Congo pierced third in equal points with the North Africans, but with an inferior goal difference. Angola and Zambia lie 4th and 5th respectively. That's all we had for you. Before we go, let's take a look at the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has raised alarm over the growing sophistication of scammers across the country, exploiting mobile money services by defrauding unsuspecting members of the public. Vice President Mutanina Lumango has urged members of the public, the Zambia Army, to embrace self-love and inner peace as the foundation for genuine patriotism and national unity. The Zambian government has moved to reassure residents of the Copperbelt province that their drinking water remains safe following recent public concerns over possible contamination. The Chipolopolo returned to action with a tricky encounter against Angola in a Group A fixture of the Total Energies Africa Nations Championship. The Chipolopolo returned to action with a tricky encounter against Angola in a Group A fixture of the Total Energies CAF Africa Nations Championship. Thank you so much for watching and listening. On behalf of the entire news department and my technical team, I'm Gertrude Mansa. Good evening.
Sun FM.
The Zambia ABSA Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia.